welcome to the CAR mid-session legislative review and update. We're so happy to have you with us today. Now we're back to land use. This year, our land use subcommittee has been really busy evaluating a lot of really interesting bills related to wildfires. As many of you know, with Colorado Project Wildfire, we've had a long history of being involved in educating homeowners about how to mitigate their property against the dangers of wildfire. It's really great to see a bunch of bills come forward to fund different elements of wildfire prevention. So first, starting off, House Bill 1007 is actually going to continue the ability for landowners and individuals to get tax credits to help mitigate their property. And importantly, we worked on helping to make sure that this bill continues to support individuals. There's a lot of bills, there's a lot of ways to address wildfire mitigation, whether it's giving grants directly to local governments and getting federal matches, whether it's creating healthy forests and removing dead trees, to even regulating controlled burns and making sure that's not a fire instigator. We've even got some bills this year talking about updating how we invest in our tree nursery. So it's really exciting to see the legislature focus on wildfire prevention because our climate is drier and drier every year. And with the Marshall Fire, I think we're now all really concerned about the fact that while the wildland-urban interface may make up 50% of our state, it doesn't mean that it's not a potential risk in some of our urban core as well. So very excited to see some of these bills go forward, and the LPC has been making sure that the policy, one, helps property owners to mitigate their property, but two, is not overly restrictive in terms of cost. We want to make sure if you are able to make investments in your property to make them better and more resilient, that it also doesn't have an impact on your cost of housing to be able to do that. Everyone should be able to have access to programs that help enhance your property values. Our land use committee also had a really interesting bill that they debated, Senate Bill 152, and this is talking about where your voter residence is if your home is destroyed. So if you can think of all those Marshall Fire victims, it's going to take them somewhere between 1 to 3 years to get their house rebuilt if that's their plan. But we have an election coming up in November. So Senate Bill 152 is going to allow them to have a voting address, even though they're not technically at their future address that's going to be rebuilt. So again, an issue we never thought we'd have to deal with, but it's a really good common sense bill that makes sense. And then this week, our land use committee actually just started debating a bill around early stage front range passenger rail. Last year, we had a massive transportation bill that started prioritizing that front range rail project that's been promised all the way to Longmont and Boulder. And we're now starting to see funding actually go towards that project. Those are our land use bills this year. That's it for this update. Check out our next video to learn more in the links below.